Welcome to Frazley. I am Frazley, the awesome gnome. We are recording because I see everything going, so we're all good to go this time. Frazley is a podcast by a Blizzard fan gnome about World of Warcraft and geeky stuff. We always try to get the geeky stuff, but some weeks it can be more difficult than others. This is episode 8, Afternoon Snack Break. Each week we are joined by awesome people around the world of Azeroth and beyond. Today we are joined by Zealot, Nihar, and Snacky, Pandar, whatever term you want to go by.
Hello. I guess you can say I finally made it big time.
Absolutely. Is this your first podcast appearance, or have you been on others?
First one.
Nice. Very awesome. It's always fun, the first one.
Yeah, you can say that, I guess. We'll see how this goes.
Absolutely. I remember my first gaming one was All Things Azeroth, and that was insane. I mean, I was scared the first time because I was like, what do I say? What do I say? And I realized it's just talking with friends.
Yeah, weren't you like filling in for somebody?
Yeah, because Fandeth was in Hawaii, so
right.
he was on the beach.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Because I did listen to it after you sent me the episode number. It was pretty good. Oh,
thank you. It was fun. I appreciate Madros and Toasty. Actually, that one, Madros wasn't able to make it, so it was the All Warriors cast, because Toasty and I were on it. And since then, we've been making fun of Paladins, except now that Toasty and I have Paladins. But the funny thing about that is I don't use my Paladin for a lot. And in fact, I'll get into it on the updates from the week, but my Paladins become evil.
Okay. I have a Paladin too. It was like when we played on Emerald Dreams. Do you remember that? The PvP server?
Oh, I hated that server.
Yeah, me too. I didn't like it so much. I got to like 104 and then I just like stopped playing it.
I don't fit with PvP because I'm too squishy, and I like when I know in the PvP, but like there are times I just keep getting killed, or my bodyguard will attack the other person.
Yeah, I think the worst part's like when you're like leveling a new tune and like people keep like ganking you, and
Yeah.
it's like constantly you're just like seeing like the graveyard, and it just gets frustrating after that.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, another one. Yeah, what made me move Tukotarum, who's now the Roldan. I got a lot of flack for that. I think by you and by Deceiver. But I moved Tukotarum because I kept getting killed when I was trying to save Metzen, the reindeer. I was like, I'm just doing the daily. Leave me alone. And this rogue just kept killing me. I was like, I'm done. $25. An hour later, I'm gone.
Yeah, I missed that orc mage. It was a good one.
But I like the posture of Roldan better. The orc mage always, because I'm working on posture in real life, and the orc mage is always like, hey, I'm slouched over. I'm the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
It's like having a troll too.
Oh yeah,
it's always slouched over.
But we found out that if trolls were to unslouch, they'd be the tallest race in the game. Weirdly.
True.
So, how was your week, Zealot? I think you unmuted yourself. Just move to voice activity, because I don't hear you right now.
No, I got it. I was on the document and started like putting in like random letters. Okay.
I've done that.
So this week I was leveling like my druid, which I finally got to 100, and then
Nice.
I think I started like last Tuesday or something, and I would just do the invasions whenever they were out, and then
Nice.
like just like try to do like my druid campaign. It was interesting, considering we're on a PvE server. It was easier than like when I was like leveling like a paladin, because like nobody was like constantly killing me.
Yeah.
But I feel like druids are in a pretty weak stage right now. At least feral druids are, which is what I'm playing. So it was kind of hard. It gets a little boring like in the middle, because like this is like my 4th tune or something like that. So it's leveling the same stuff over and over again. But
Yeah.
once you get through it, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I saw in the CTR Discord you were talking about burnout, and just be careful that you don't burn yourself out on leveling.
Yeah, I'm not gonna level any other tune right now. I was doing a warrior, but like I think I was gonna put it on a hold for like a month or so.
It sounds good. And
So I got burnt out.
oh, and don't forget, there's speculation we may have a drop period after 7.3. Hope not, but there's speculation.
True, true. I mean, druids are getting a pretty good buff next patch, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I've got a druid. It's a night elf druid. I'm leveling, but I gotta work on it.
Yeah, you got a lot of tunes to work on.
I may have 12 on Airy Peak.
Wow. Compared to like my 4 tunes.
I've only got 6 or 7 in CTR.
I also did warlock leveling this week. Or not leveling, gearing. So that was pretty good. I got it up to 904, I think. And I was
Nice,
doing my LFR runs and I had one of the legendaries drop. My legendary trinket dropped. So that was exciting.
nice.
And then I did a Tumbo Sargeras run with pugs. That was like 4 hours long. And we never even finished it. We got to Fallen Avatar and then the tanks had to leave, so everybody just left at the same time. That
Yeah,
was a little disappointing.
4 hours on a pug can definitely be. I can understand why people left because they probably thought, oh, I can get this out in a couple hours. Oh no, it's 4 hours. Doesn't the final wing open up this week?
Yeah. No, I think it's next week, right?
Okay.
I don't know.
Good.
Has it been 2 weeks already?
Oh, okay, it's only been 1 week because I'm going to run the final wing because I want to see. I want to see the. Everybody should know by now that what appears in the sky. I want to see Argus in the sky.
Oh, it's August 8th. That's when the final wing opens.
Yeah, and and if I spilled anybody, I am sorry. But
I'm sure everybody knows by now, unless they're super behind.
yeah. And again, because I try to be sensitive to spoilers, but we're already into 7.3. I mean, people have been in TLS forever.
Mm-hmm.
But so you said 906?
Huh?
Did you say 906 eye level, or did I mishear?
904.
904. Okay, nice. I'm
Yeah.
I'm still 896, so I gotta go up.
Yeah, I passed you on 2 tunes after taking like a 4-month break from WoW.
Hey, I've been doing
Someone falling behind.
well, technically school, podcast, and alts. I've got a valid excuse.
Okay. Fine. I'll take it.
Okay, sounds good. And then
How was your week?
I see you were in Overwatch ranked first.
Oh yeah, I did Overwatch ranked. That was okay. So like, if you're playing Overwatch ranked on PC, I think it's a lot better than playing on a console. There's like when you play, I was playing on a console yesterday, and like nobody talks, and like there's no like chatting system there, so you can't like type anything out.
Yeah.
So it's literally like me playing a tank because I like playing tanks in Overwatch, and then like I got like all DPS and no healers or anything. And it just gets so like frustrating after like 10 minutes when you're like getting no progress in it.
Well,
And you're talking in voice chat, but like no one else is talking, so kind of sucks.
whereas it's weird. The reverse is in ESO. Everybody talks, and you hear some of the strangest stuff in ESO on PS4.
Oh yeah, I hated playing ESO on my PS4. It was just like the first tune I made on it, and I got into whatever town it was, and like all of a sudden I just hear like screaming, and it just yeah, it's not the best.
Yeah, I know what you mean because like it was just like, come on, because like you would hear like
Yeah, that's like a month on ESO on my PS4 at least.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty much like that.
or you'd hear like music or like, hey, I'm gonna go bleep 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 bleep.
Yeah, it's pretty much like playing CS:GO on Steam. Like,
Oh,
there's people that keep their microphones on 24/7. It's
yes.
pretty annoying.
Hey, mom, give me a burrito. No, mom, give me a burrito now. I want it, mom. Give me a burrito. Like that.
Yeah, pretty much. And the obnoxious music that they're always playing.
Yeah, I can't do that. Yeah, and I'm going to normalize it so it hopefully won't explode on on volume. But this show gets crazy. But yeah, I agree with you, especially on the. I find FPS works better on PC. But it can work on console. But I do sometimes find it's easier on PC where you're set up over the computer. You're set up being able to have a better visual on your monitor. It's higher definition than your TV, though some people have higher definition TVs than their monitors. And you're set with FPS controls of mouse and keyboard. Or does Overwatch have controller support?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, but you're more engaged, and yeah, you typically have a headset because you want to be in the go. And most headsets nowadays have microphones, even if it's just the one on the one that comes with your smartphone. Most people have headphones that they can plug in, or most laptops. Or no, I'm probably one of the only people who plays on a laptop.
I have a laptop.
Okay, because I can't go high up in the graphic quality.
Yeah, my laptop's plugged into a monitor, which is also plugged into a Razer keyboard and a Dell mouse, sadly, because I can't afford a new mouse. But yeah, I don't really use like the trackpad or anything.
Yeah, I don't either. And yeah, gaming mice and keyboards are expensive. I still got to get a webcam at some point if I ever want to do video, because my webcam's on my MacBook, which is closed, so I can give the power to the monitor.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
I'm saving up for that one, but I keep having expenses for like podcasts and stuff like that coming up. I'm like, okay, but I'd rather give more to the audio than any video. But yeah, my week's been pretty good. I got my rogue up to 31. I don't know if I might have said that on episode 7, but yeah, I was working on the working rogue because I want to try rogues. I want to level one up. I do enjoy going back in and leveling the characters up from 1. I've done it 3 or 4 times this past year, and there is a fun just to put a YouTube on or put a podcast on and just play.
Yeah, that's what I did when my vacation started. I started to level a monk on Area 52, and then it was like, now I'm going to play Alliance with Frazley. So then I had to go on a new server, level a new tune, which I did not enjoy, because I got my DK up to 98.
Oh,
and
nice.
It was a Drain Eye. And then I was just like, I can't stand Drain Eyes anymore. So I started to play Warlock, which was a lot more fun.
I need to play
Gnome.
Nice. Gnome's definitely great. Even though I've become less of a gnome everything than I used to be. But
yeah, I heard you killed the gnome yesterday.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, because that's part of my week. Silverbolt of Convert to Shenanigans, which is a event for Convert to Raid, but anybody can join. She was doing a not test. And yeah, I need the words. She was doing a run of the Bloodsail title and hat with the eventual going to Insane title. And last night we did everything and we got into the phase to Voodoo Bay, and we just were on voice chat. She was streaming on Twitch, and we were just moving around and killing all the NPCs. She was the 110 and had her 2 pets, so she was just in the inn killing all the NPCs on the top level. You would see like reputation increase by 27. So needless to say, my human paladin, I might have said my mage earlier, but yeah, my human paladin. Yeah, I have 2 humans and I'm getting them confused. My human paladin, Raymond, he was my Legion boost. Sorry, Nella. I forgot that.
We want to talk about that?
Yeah, we don't talk about the Legion boost. He is he hasn't gone past 100, so I decided I'm just going to worry right now on doing the phase instances. So I was doing like the level 30 and level 60 mobs, but I was killing the different named NPCs, and he's now up to friendly with Bloodsail, but in the process, he killed the gnome engineer a couple times.
Yeah, dude, that's not cool.
It was hard.
I do that.
I felt so wrong every time I did it, and I'm at least glad it wasn't Frazley doing it.
I mean,
it was a human, so it was a smelly human doing it. So at least I can say that.
you just had to log off at that point. Be done for the day.
Yeah, when I was done, I went to bed and I was just crying myself to sleep. I was like, I killed a gnome. I killed a gnome. But yeah, now he's up to friendly. We're working on honored because before I can get the title in the hat, you want to be careful when you turn that quest in because you want to use that quest. There's a guide on it, but you want to use it to help you get to exalted, or it's either revered or exalted with Bloodsail. So I'm working on that. I may go back in and just put a podcast on and do some more, but I'm on my way now to getting the title in the hat, and then once we get Bloodsail to where we need to, then I'm going to work on the insane title. And I'm doing it on one character, a character that I don't care if goblins hate me because I'm only going to do specific leveling things on them. And then I'm trying to think if I did anything else. I mean, I did some. I got the transmog from Trial of Valor, the 1,000 soul fragments for Frazley. That was.
Ooh.
Yeah, I had to run Trial of Valor multiple times, and I should have been running it every week, but I forgot about it. Then now I've been trying to run it every week that I remember.
Yeah, I think I have like 500 on that. On like my Demon Hunter, but I don't really go on it anymore, so no progress on that.
Yeah, that quest, it stinks. I don't like it.
I mean, I like the raid, personally.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fun, but it does take a while. But I guess that's the point of it. It's supposed to take you a few weeks to do it.
Yeah, and to show that you've put the time in to get it. So it is definitely a transmog that is worthy of the time. And right now I've got Frazley running around in that.
Yeah, at least it doesn't require you to do the raid in LFG. I mean, in normals.
Yeah, because
you can do LFG and still get progress in it.
I still don't have balance of power, and I may not get balance of power on Frazley. Because there's so much I got to do in the game. I'll see if the quest is still around when we get to the next expansion. Because there's stuff I'm going to do in the next expansion.
Next expansion. You got to talk about that later on.
Yeah. So let's get into our topics. And I'm impressed. We actually stayed in WoW. I definitely knew you would stay in WoW, but yeah, we've stayed in WoW pretty much the whole expansion. Oh, and we have to say this before we move on, because this episode didn't start too late because it's 1:31 and we're already at 26. Well, technically less than that recorded, but the reason why the episode started late was I'm going to blame Krabby on this. For those who don't know, there is a shirt. It might still be in the Dungeon Crawler Network's store, and Dungeon Crawler Network is the podcast network where I actually met Zealot, where I met a lot of my friends, and I started with ESO with them. Actually, even a year or two before. There was a patch 7.3 Q&A with, I believe it is Ian Hazakostas on August 3rd. Yep. He will answer your questions about the upcoming Legion patch. So that's breaking news. I just saw Wowhead go across in the Sparks fan chat. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to move all those into a category once Discord has it, so that way you won't have to see them all in the list. But I do like having each site separately.
I was looking at their store, and I don't think they have that anymore. The Brain Krabby one. Just the Dungeon Crawler Network logo t-shirt.
Okay. Well, then, sorry, Jealous, for mentioning it, but it's still one of my favorite t-shirts, and I still blame Krabby whenever things go on. It's either Krabby or Fell Corruption. So today I'm still trying to figure out if it was Krabby or if we add Fell Corruption to schedules, because the plane was delayed by an hour and 45 minutes. I had to pick people up and stuff like that, and it was just, when I saw that come across, I was like, and I'm recording at 1:00. But everything worked out. They actually got in faster. I got my coffee from McDonald's. I was sitting in the cell phone lot. They said we landed, so we got back, and I pretty much got back at 1. I just had to get my lunch. But yeah,
right.
That's why this episode started late. But you're actually listening to this episode recorded probably, so you're like, it's not 1 o'clock, it's 3 a.m. right now, or it's 4 a.m. right now. But yeah, so our topics of today. So I've been calling you the wrong name, I think, during the shows.
Since the first episode?
I've been trying to call you, is it Nihar or Nihar?
It's Nihar.
Nihar. I've been trying to. I just, in my head, I've always saw the N-I like Nye, like Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill. So that's why I've been calling you Nihar, but no, Nihar. Now there is somebody who's been a guest on our show, and they keep calling you Nihar on purpose.
Yeah, I don't like that guy. I know who you're talking about.
You do or don't?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
He knows who he is also. We don't need to say his name.
No. I think the audience knows too. If we have an audience.
I mean, I've had to change my name on Discord so many times.
Yeah.
Just so he could stop, but he knows who he is. We'll let it be like that.
So yeah, you are Nihar.
You got it.
Okay. So yeah, I will call you Nihar.
Anyway, you're gonna mess up next episode. 100%. Everybody place your bets now.
Yeah. I'm going to be like, hey, look, it's Nihar in the chat.
Can't call me out if I never come to the next show. You're gonna lose a listener.
I'm sorry.
Just kidding.
Okay, good. Or do I want to lose the listener? Da da da.
I don't know. If you're gonna have Saber on next time, I have to help him with the trivia.
Absolutely.
Because his WoW lore's a little behind.
Hey, he's a new player. You've got to give him a little bit of slack.
No, he's a panda and he didn't know. What was it? I don't remember the question, but he didn't know one of the panda questions. That was just so sad. Triggered me.
There are some questions I don't know, and there's some dumb questions I don't know. I admit that I don't know them.
Yeah, you're phony. I'm disappointed.
I know. I'm actually I play a goblin and I just act like I play a gnome. I do. I Photoshop it to show that I'm an alliance gnome. Takes me like 3 hours for every screenshot. So I think we kind of talked about it earlier, but burnout in general in video games.
Okay.
What are your?
Want me to start?
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, so I played a lot of MMOs, and I think the reason I've hopped MMOs a lot, like I used to at least, is because of burnouts, like leveling or just like repeating the same content over and over again. Like I played Final Fantasy 14, WoW, ESO, and then like a bunch of other MMOs like Terra Online and stuff like that. And like every time I quit, it's because I've been like leveling too much or like just like grinding the content to get a certain point or like item, and that usually results in me just like looking at like other MMOs and then going like, oh hey, that looks pretty fun, I should try that, and I just like move on and never come back for like a few months. So that's been not the best thing in my opinion. So this time around, WoW, like I usually play WoW for like an hour or so, and then like I go and play like Overwatch or like some like other game, just to like take like breaks in the middle.
Yeah.
And then when college starts, obviously I'm not gonna have enough time, so it'll slow itself down eventually. So I'm trying not to skip WoW this time and just like stay with it as long as I can.
Yeah, and I think you brought up an interesting point. It's one I've been thinking about heavily. I used to MMO hop, or I would go to another MMO. One of the reasons why I was not in WoW for a long time was because I think it was 2006. I didn't try new things in the game. I was just on the same thing. I was getting burnt out with the raiding. I think our guild broke up over DKP, and either I went to another MMO or another game, but I left instead of trying something new. And I understand people who do MMO hopping. I listen to podcasts with people who MMO hop. I'm like massively OP. I listen to them. I listen to MMO Reporter, and MMO hopping is fine. I think it turns into burnout, and it causes you to do the same content in different games with the same mindset over and over again, and that could just get overwhelming.
Right.
And one thing I've been finding this past year, once I decided to not stop with ESO and their crown crates, which is another discussion coming up. Once I left ESO and I said, I'm going to stick to WoW. Actually, WoW is a diversion from ESO, so that's the funny thing. I decided to stick with WoW no matter what. And I have a thing with a Jealous of Dungeon Crawl Network that if I leave WoW, I have to wear a wig, and it's not the one that you've seen me in Frazley. It's another wig, and sing in female falsetto, or at least as close as I can get to female falsetto. The entire song of "My Heart Will Go On," and I will make the video and post it to Twitter, and then the Jealous will retweet it. I mean, I probably wouldn't mind doing it because I've done some strange stuff. But it's just one of those things. I made a bet because I was like, I want to do everything I can to not go to this way, and it's keeping myself focused on WoW, finding avenues. And part of the reason why I even started the podcast was trying to find another avenue, so that way the days that I don't feel like wowing, I can work on the podcast. I can work on something in that avenue. I can listen to a podcast about podcasting, which I kept forgetting that there is even that genre. I mean, I've been to podcast conferences, but it is funny learning about podcasting from a podcast. But what you have to do in whatever game you are, I would challenge every person listening, find something that's not in the game, but that's in the community, whether it's art, streaming, YouTube, podcasting, video. Find something you can do, even blogging. I follow a lot of blogs because it's fun seeing people's perspective and seeing their writing. But find something that is external from the game that you can do that can add back to the community. And that, I think, will help your burnout. Because then that way, when you don't want to play the game, you have something else you can do. And yeah, definitely stay focused on the game. Stay focused on whatever you are looking at. Because like Ashes of Creation, I have to admit, that game looks amazing. I've been watching Ship of Heroes, which is a City of Heroes spiritual successor, where you're on a flying spaceship, and you basically are playing City of Heroes. Because NCSoft, curse you, NCSoft. No, I'm kidding, but I don't like NCSoft because they canceled City of Heroes, and it was actually doing pretty well. Everything I've heard, and they canceled. I can't trust NCSoft. I know Nihar, that you like Guild Wars 2. I can't trust NCSoft. It's just a personal thing I have against them because they will cancel projects like that. Is Ion Online still around?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, but like Terra, wasn't Terra one of theirs?
I don't know if Terra is. I know it's Ion, Blade and Soul, Lineage 2, Wildstar, and then there's like some other game
Okay,
that I don't know.
and like Wildstar looks amazing, but I'm scared of even trying that one because I've been hearing that people don't know if Wildstar is going to stay around. I mean, that's the scary thing. People are like, will NCSoft pull another City of Heroes?
Wildstar, like when it came out, it was pretty hyped. Like even like I was playing it, but it just did not live up to it in my opinion. Like I tried it even after it went free to play, but it was still just like it was like too late. Like the community was gone, and like nobody really wanted to like trust them anymore.
Yeah, and I think that's their biggest issue is people aren't trusting it because I saw their housing system. It's actually pretty amazing. I've seen some amazing houses in Wildstar.
Yeah, they have done a lot of positive changes, but like people just don't want to come back to it. And it's like there's so many better MMOs that you can play now, like WoW, Final Fantasy, whatever.
Yeah.
So like no one's gonna try Wildstar, which has like a super like low population of gamers.
Yeah, and that's like my thing with these MMO startups. They look amazing. I don't know who to trust, and that's why I've said I've seen Blizzard's quality over the years. I am a Blizzard fandom, so some of my feelings are I can probably defend Blizzard. Not like purposely going out to say Blizzard's perfect because they're not. I mean, no company's perfect, no game is perfect, but I've come to trust Blizzard, and I've come to trust that Blizzard will do everything they can. I mean, I was impressed that they even said Titan is not a project that we are happy with, and they then moved into Overwatch from it, but that they don't release stuff just to hit a deadline. Well, sometimes Warlords is kind of debatable. But yeah, that's the burnout. Stick with what you're doing, but find ways to make it fun. Find something to do in what you're doing. Try a new character. Try something new, but don't just instantly go away to another game. Build up what you have. I've been having the most fun this past year in WoW, and I really can't see myself unsubbing now.
Right. I think the community also helps in WoW. Like, I've been part of some like huge communities that like always have people like talking or just like doing stuff like outside of the game, which makes it pretty cool.
Yeah.
Just to like be around, even like if you're not going to be there in real life with them.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's awesome that at BlizzCon there are 2 parties outside of BlizzCon. So even if you can't make it to BlizzCon, you can go to Convert to Raid, the Convert to Raid party, or to Con Before the Storm. I mean, there's so many things you can do outside of BlizzCon.
Right.
Well, and then like AIE has AIE is more than just WoW. I've heard, and they've branched past just WoW, and they're the Horde equivalent of Horde equivalent of CTR. But yeah, I mean, there's communities in WoW. CTR is I've been having so much fun in CTR. I'm just amazed at the opportunities that have been there. The people that are there. Even just like how many people are in there is astounding. When you're in guild chat and you see chat just keep going like, wow.
Okay. So do you want to go on to the next topic?
Yeah.
My favorite one.
Okay. Then this deserves something. So we're about to talk about a topic that I hate. So, we are going to be discussing Elder Scrolls Online Crown Crates. I think it is something that is applicable WoW because if you look at the StarCraft 2 War Chest, Blizzard is toying with the idea. Well, they've toyed with it with Overwatch. But yeah, how about you take it away and then I will chime in.
Okay. So, Crown Crates, whenever announced initially, I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. You can like spend your extra crowns that you have like from the sub or whatever to like get costumes or whatever, mounts or whatever they have. But then like slowly they just like started to like focus on those more than the content, and like it just took over basically.
Yeah.
And like now it's like, oh, every week we got these, or every month we have these new things in the crown crates. You should buy them. And like I've seen like a lot of people like open crown crates like on like YouTube and stuff, and it's like you can get the same stuff over and over again, or it's just something stupid like potions and stuff. So you really don't want to mess with their RNG. And I don't even know if they've like told like what the percentage is to get like a mount or something that's actually like useful. So I kind of really hate the idea of any like RNG chest that you have to like spend real money on and that you can't get in game. So like with like Overwatch, you can like obviously level up, you get a new crate, loot box, whatever that you can open up, or you can play the arcade modes and every 3 wins you get a new crate, and that resets every like Tuesday, I think. Same as like WoW reset time.
Yeah.
So there's like ways that you can like earn everything in the game, and if you get duplicates, you get money in game that you can use to buy the skin or voice pack or whatever that you want.
That's cool.
Overwatch handles it pretty well, and with the new patch that they just released with Doomfist, the chance to get duplicates got lowered like by a lot. At least for like voice packs and stuff, because like those are like super annoying because you just get the same like voice lines over and over again, and you only get like 5 I think, coins for it. So it wasn't like the best thing, but they're trying to fix it, which is really cool.
So they're not trying to just sell crates, but they're trying to encourage you to play the game.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, since Overwatch released, they've tried to do that. Like, after, I think, like a few months, they added the arcade mode, which is basically fun game modes that you can play to just, like, you could be, like, casually playing the game and, like, just, like, try to have fun. Because it's got, like, different game modes, like 3v3 or 1v1. And they don't really, like, change anything about you. So you can just, like, play this when you're, like, burnt out from, like, ranked or playing some other game. And they have a reward, so it makes it more appealing to some people.
Nice. And yeah, because like compared to like ESO, where you have to either get it from your sub or buy them outright, you can't like earn a crate in game. Am I right?
Yeah, you can't earn the crates in game. You can
Resident.
buy them or sub.
Yeah, and then yeah, removing cosmetic items because like in WoW, there is the WoW TCG. There are some mounts that you can't get without paying money and doing things in WoW, but the majority you can get in WoW.
Right. And their cosmetics that they sell in the store for a while, it's like 3 helmets or something. I don't think they have much that you can get in there. So they handle that pretty well, except for the mounts. I think there are way too many mounts in there.
Yeah,
they should probably lower that.
Well, I hope they don't remove any more because one thing I don't like is I don't like exclusivity or you have to buy it before it's gone. And that's one thing ESO does too, is that ESO will remove items like they'll say, hey, this month you get this and it's going away in 1 week. Wasn't there one that I bought that was like 24 hours?
Yeah, they also had like one mount in the middle, which was like $30.
Yeah.
It lasted like a month or something. It's just way too much. Like you could buy like 2 copies of ESO with that much.
Absolutely. And yeah, if the mounts were like $5-10, I could understand it better, but not 30.
Right.
Like even one of WoW's most expensive mounts in the cosmetic store, eBay prices for TCG, that's a different story. But inside of the WoW store, the one that's the most expensive is because you also get a toy with it that then anybody who clicks on the toy can get their own mount with the buff. So that one I can understand. It's actually 2 items in one, not just a mount. But yeah. So do you think that the StarCraft 2 war chest is any indication that WoW might be getting RNG crates?
I think if the WoW population like goes down super low and they're just getting like greedy to get money, that would be the only way that it would go into WoW. Because like otherwise, I don't think there's any RNG crates that could fit WoW. Like there's so many transmogs you can get in game. There's so many mounts compared to like ESO, which is like only like 3 horses or whatever that you can get in game.
Yeah.
And like very limited like armor choices. So that's the reason they have the RNG crates. But
like,
WoW's just got like it's a huge game with like so much content that no one's really gonna go for the RNG crates, even if they have them. Unless they're like exclusive mounts, then people are just gonna go after those.
Yeah.
Which I would hate.
Yeah, me too. And the Final Fantasy XIV, they did an interesting thing with their cash shop. They will put in old holiday items. So if you are on the holiday, you can get the item, and then if not, you just pay a little bit of money to get the item afterwards. So it at least clears room out of the holiday store in game for more holiday stuff. And I find that a pretty good compromise. And then their claim is that all the cash store money from the MOG station goes back into the server costs. Like, wasn't one working on funding a EU server?
Yeah. I remember that.
So, I mean, I'm more okay with that because you still let people get stuff in game. And in Final Fantasy XIV, you can get a lot of it in game. Now, Final Fantasy XIV goes overboard in one area, though. They have so many items with minions and things attached. Like, I have an art book that I've never read because it had a minion attached. I mean, it's a cool art book. I mean, there's some cool art in it, and I do look at it because I'm impressed. But yeah, Yeah, I'm with you. I think WoW might be a harder sell on these crates. I could see like the charity mounts or charity pets like they do like with Mischief and stuff like that in the Guardian Cub. Those I think Blizzard's not going to stop doing, and I think we're kind of in a yearly charity pet now. But
Yeah, but they help people, so in a way, I guess it's like a good thing.
yeah,
Like, yeah, go ahead.
and it's rewarding people for giving back to the community and the world at large.
And with the StarCraft crates that they did, they do support the teams that are playing in the esports events.
Yeah,
So I think in a way it is helpful, but it's exclusive stuff that other people can't get. So like if you don't have $10 to spend on one of the crates or 25 to get all three, then you're gonna be kind of like, you're out of luck. You can't buy them, then you can't get the stuff.
I think Valve started that, or at least I don't know if they do it every year, but for Valve's Dota 2, right? Is
Where did they start?
in Valve's MOBA. I'm trying to remember what the name of that one. I think it's
Dota.
Yeah, in Dota, they had a thing where they fund their esports through like the Dota book, and
Yeah, they have those too.
and I think you get like trading cards. You do get something exclusive from that, but with the ability that you're helping fund this massive pool to help then fund esports. So I can see that being a plus.
Yeah, like last year for the World Championship, Riot Games did. There was a skin, and there were two skins that you could buy, and it was like, I think it was 50% of the money goes to the esports champion pool. So they started out with like $1 million, and then they started selling the skins that people could buy, and they raised I think more than $4 million in total. So which resulted in like a $5 million plus pool. So that's really cool.
Yeah, and then people are able to then not have to worry about their job by winning it. I mean, you still have to have a job in between because you can't just hope for this winning and then not win. But it is cool for people to get a reward for doing something, because I'm of the opinion that esports is sports. I'm not trying to tangent to something else, but it is amazing that they're able to help fund that.
Yeah, I watch esports like every week. I watch the league scene every time it's on. Like I catch most of their events, and I really enjoy it. Like you can call it, you can say it's like a real sport too.
Oh,
at least I do.
I call it a sport. I mean, I call ballroom dancing a sport. I know that sounds strange, but there's competition, and I find that esports is the same, because looking at those people on those esports, they're actually physically exerting themselves. I mean, the sweat on their faces sometimes. I mean, it's not just sitting in front of your computer going click 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 click. You're having to have energy, focus. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, like a lot of the players also get like wrist injuries because like they're constantly like moving their mouse around, they're on their keyboard, and it's just like really bad if you can't like exercise as much, like your wrist and stuff. But
Yeah,
I've seen like a lot of like pros like retire because of those injuries.
yeah, and interesting. I won't say any more than just Cars 3. Have you seen Cars 3?
Nope. I've seen Cars. I only saw the first movie. That's the only one I saw.
Okay, Cars 3 was actually, I was impressed, but then again, I can get impressed at a lot of stuff, so don't always take my being impressed with something as being good. I can overlook flaws in a lot of things.
Yeah, Disney fanboy.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, I see. I'm at least glad that I could at least see. Wasn't Tyrio's hilt a WoW esports item that you got for either entering the arena or something?
What is it called?
A Tyrio's hilt. I keep seeing that there's a guy in Stormwind with Tyrio's hilt. I remember seeing the words. Let me look it up real quick. Sorry, everybody.
I did look it up. It says it's a WoW TCG loot.
Okay.
2008 Worldwide Invitationals.
So this was present for attending the 2008. Okay, so it was giving people a benefit for attending the event. So I mean that's pretty cool. I mean, and those I'm fine with. I'm fine with the BlizzCon stuff because people paid either for the ticket, or the virtual ticket, or the ticket, and it's kind of cool to have something in the game to remind you, like the Murlocs from even this last BlizzCon. It's fun just to remember the event. It brings me back to the Legion 7.2 announcement and just the fun of that. But yeah, I think that's where Blizzard's going to stay. And I don't see WoW going free to play. I don't see WoW going to moving past the subs. And one thing I think people forget is Blizzard as a whole is using the entire pie to fund everything. They're not just using WoW as a pie, Overwatch as a pie. They use everything, and they've worked to make their servers interconnected, which at times can cause issues for other games. Like if WoW goes down, sometimes your Overwatch goes down, sometimes your StarCraft. But they're trying to fund everything in the same pie, keep development there, and that way it's less cost. Like Toontown Online went down because they did not. I know that's a weird game to mention, but I saw an article about how that one was a separate entity at Disney Interactive, and Disney was like, "What's this item on our list? Oh, it's Toontown Online. What's that? I mean, there was and then like, boom, it's gone." Whereas WoW is like part of the Blizzard pie, and its sub pays for WoW and the other games. But yeah, let's go on to the next topic. Will a new WoW expansion be announced this BlizzCon? What are your thoughts?
I hope not. Like Legion just came out, and like I think it's one of the best expansions they've had.
Yeah,
in a while. Like Mr. Pandaria was good. Warlords, we don't talk about that.
yeah.
But I think Legion's been super fun so far. But I feel like there might be a chance, but it's like super low that they're gonna announce any like expansion. I think they'll still go like another year with Legion and then announce it next year at BlizzCon.
I could possibly see a teaser of an expansion. Like they've been doing 77 days every patch so far. Somebody on Reddit has found the math on that. So I could see Blizzard having a patch deadline, and they've actually been meeting their deadlines. I don't think we've had a patch miss its deadline. So there could just be a teaser saying, "Hey, here's kind of what's up for the next year, and oh, by the way, next year you're going to hear about this expansion." But I could also see it not happening, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole like theme of Legion is really cool with the demons and stuff.
Yeah,
And Demon Hunter is one of my favorite classes. Like I have my DH, and that used to be my main character before the Warlock got better RNG and got better gear.
yeah,
But I think they should stick with Legion for another year and then announce whatever they want to moving on.
yeah. I think maybe adding too many expansions would just burn people out, both financially and time-wise, because there's still stuff I want to do in Legion. I mean, it's pretty impressive that we're getting a expansion, that we're getting expansion level content in Argus. I mean, just what I've seen of Argus is pretty impressive for a patch.
Mm-hmm.
Some are calling it like a timeless IO though, so it could just be a temporary addition. But yeah.
I mean, I think if they take their time with Legion, there's still some things I wish like they'll like work out. Like there's some parts where you have to like grind so much.
Yeah.
Like the Trials of Valor thing, or the raid that you talked about, how you need like 1,000 points or whatever they're called.
Per character.
That takes a long time. Yeah, and then there's also, I'm doing the archaeology quest right now.
Oh,
and
I'm sorry.
I looked at the guide for it, and it's like every 2 weeks that it unlocks. I think a new quest or something like that.
Yeah.
So like it takes so long to just like get all like the fragments and stuff, and I really want to unlock the artifact skin on my druid because they look really cool. on
Yeah,
the second skin. So
I'm
I've been trying to get that, but it's gonna take forever.
I'm still working on that, and I've not worked on archaeology in a while. I did the mount, and then I've done a few of the smaller things. I've still got to go back in. Thankfully, it cycles, so at least if you miss it one cycle, you can head back in and do it again. But yeah, I'm with you. It's that part is annoying, and that it's every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I missed the Moose Mount because I wasn't playing WoW then. I was playing the Final Fantasy
Yeah,
because I was super hyped for that. And I
but
was just burnt out from WoW.
at least you're on an Olafel, so I can understand that.
LFL Master Race.
Yes. Oh,
The only race you need.
I try to hire, and I was a Lalafell. I try to hire, then I moved back to Lalafell.
I really like it. A small ninja.
Yeah, the
Playing.
one thing I hated was there was sightseeing logs where like you would have to go to different areas and like do a certain action, and then you would unlock. Well, there was one in, is it Gardania? Is that the forest city?
Indeed.
There was a lamppost you had to climb onto and stand on at a certain server time, weather time, and time of the day. I mean, it was so particular. There was one day I was trying to hit that exact time. Nope, I did not get it. I got almost to the lamppost, and the sky changed, the weather changed. I was like, because Lalafels don't jump as far as other characters, believe it or not.
Yeah.
I don't know if gnomes jump differently, but at least Lalafell definitely don't have the same physics.
With Stormblood, they added like jumping puzzles. And like, one of the main cities, you have to like climb to the top of a tower. And I tried so hard to do that, but it just, every time you would just like fall off.
Oh, and then you'd have to go all the way back up to where you were.
Yeah. And it's not like easy. It's like pretty challenging puzzle. It takes time.
Ooh,
So that was not the most fun I had, but I think it's still pretty cool that they're adding content like that.
yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Guild Wars.
Oh, absolutely. And I think it's it makes it different. And like Final Fantasy 14, I liked their challenge log where you could get golden XP every day pretty much in your challenge. It was every week, but it encouraged you to do things. I thought that was a pretty cool mode, but their housing system is hard to get into if you're on a server like Primal, or no, Primal's the data center.
Yeah, it's a data center.
Balamog?
Maybe I'll go back to Final Fantasy. Forget WoW.
Yeah. No, I'm not going back to Final Fantasy. I'm sticking to one game, and that is going to be Ashes of Creation. No, it's going to be World of Warcraft.
The traitor.
Yeah. Hey, I've already killed a gnome. I can become more of a traitor.
Yeah, I'll take over Frazlcast.
Yeah, sounds good.
It's mine.
Not Nyharcast.
I hate you.
Oh, that was not a purpose. Okay.
Goodbye.
Oh, wow. You actually left.
Now I'm back.
Okay. They did that on episode 7 as well. So, with the expansion stuff, do you think Blizzard will ever move WoW towards DLC model like ESO? And we need to talk about the ESO DSO model.
So ESO, they just released Morrowind, called it an expansion. There's like 30 hours of content, I think, or less, if you don't listen to all the dialogues play out. And then, like a month later, they just released a new DLC that's coming. So I think that's like the worst model to have. If you're gonna release an expansion, then you should give free content after that, not DLC. And like, if you sub, then you don't have to like buy the DLC. But once you unsub, you like lose all the content that you had.
Yeah.
So in a way, they're kind of like forcing you to sub or buy crowns to get the DLC.
Well, and
like they're releasing so much DLC every year that it burns a hole in your pocket, basically.
Well, and with the DLC, don't they release like collector's editions where you can get exclusive things for buying the DLC? I remember when I was playing it and Thieves Guild came out, I had a sub, but I bought the Thieves Guild because of the exclusive stuff in the DLC.
Yeah, you get a mount and a pet that fit the DLC theme every time that the new one's released.
So you're you're getting the DLC for free, but then you're forcing your customers to buy the DLC to get things. So so they're in essence paying the sub and the DLC each time, and yeah, 30 hours is not a lot. Like how expensive is Morrowind? Like was that 30? 40?
It was $40.
Yeah, for $40, 30 hours. I'm sorry, is not great.
Legion was $50, and it's like hundreds of hours of content.
Yeah, and
So
like a new class.
you can compare those two.
Yeah, and like 10 more levels.
Right.
Yes,
10 more levels, new class, new zones. So you can see, well, Morrowind also released a new class with it, but I don't think that's enough to call it an expansion.
No,
there's not enough content in it.
No, and as long as they give more, are they going to add more content to even Morrowind, or are they kind of leaving it as is right now?
Well, they're adding DLC, which I don't know if it takes place in Morrowind or if it's somewhere else, but they're not giving any free content to Morrowind, so that's pretty much over with. And now it's going to be like other DLC.
Okay, because like even like with Legion, if you think about the content that's been added after Legion, there's even more hours of content. Like 7.2. Yeah, and it's free. You just have to have the expansion. But even, are there people who playing WoW without Legion? I think there are.
I mean, I saw this one thing. This dude tried to like max out like his reputation with Orgrimmar to max without buying WoW in total. Like he had like the trial version.
Okay.
And he was trying to max out his reputation, and he actually did it. And someone on Reddit gifted him the game. That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
But I'm sure there's people without Legion that still play WoW.
And there's enough content in there you actually could play a lot of stuff. I know somebody who was playing WoW, and they were going to finish everything and then move on to Legion. But yeah, I'm wondering if Blizzard's going to move more towards DLC, because how much was Legion? Was that 40 or 50?
It was $50.
Okay.
Which is not bad for the amount of content. I mean, you got me Legion, so
yeah.
I wasn't going to be playing WoW if I didn't have Legion, so thanks to you, I actually did get to play it, because I couldn't like afford that.
Oh, absolutely.
Price.
And from all the stuff that you've that you've done, it's fun having friends. And no, listeners listening out there, don't send me a tweet saying, "Hey, Frazley, can you buy me Legion?" No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he only does that during Christmas time. Get a message in there.
Yeah, during Christmas. Specifically on December 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, you better mark that in your calendars.
Yes, absolutely.
You know I'm going to be there.
Whoever gets
that next WoW expansion, supposedly.
Oh yeah, watch BlizzCon come out, and then this December somebody will tweet me at just on December 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern and be like, "Hey, can you buy me the Nomargon expansion?" I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. I would quit WoW if that was an expansion.
Oh,
I don't want that expansion. I'll stick to my Legion.
And honestly, I don't think that it'd be enough content. I could see Nomargon being in the expansion, but yeah, no, I don't see there enough content. I want more Nomargon stuff. Again, I like gnomes, but even I understand that gnomes are just one of the races in WoW.
And the master race.
So this is the okay. So this is the Elder Scrolls. Oh, I need to put my date in.
Yeah, they make you do that every time you go on the website. Super annoying. But yeah, this is the new DLC that's going to come out.
Okay, so everyone here, let's read this together. I'm sorry if you don't like ESO, but we just got to run home the point that ESO does not do a great business model. Horns of the Reach, an update 15 preview. Horns of the Reach, the Elder Scrolls latest DLC game pack, will be available in the in-game Crown Store and as part of the ESO Plus membership this August, plus the collector's edition. This is the Frazley edition. This DLC game pack will include 2 new dungeons, Bloodroot Forge and Greasehold, as well as a base game update that features a new battleground map and game types and a host of quality of life improvements. Want to know more about the DLC pack? Check out our preview below. So they're adding 2 new dungeons, a new PvP zone. Okay, this is WoW content. I mean, this is WoW patch content.
Yeah, basically a small WoW patch.
Yeah. Finally, update 15 and features so we'll just bypass the dungeons because it's just dungeons. But finally, update 15 features a host of quality of life improvements for everybody, including the ability to cancel a research project midway. You have to buy.
Wow.
Now, do you have to buy the DLC to get this?
No. This comes for everybody. It's just for the base game.
Okay, but including the ability to cancel a research project midway, guild invite history, and an update to the currency system that allows you to deposit alliance points and rich vouchers into your bank. We're also adding customizable content combat cues for ability and attack telegraphs. This will allow you to customize the colors displayed so you can better identify attacks in game, making it easier for everyone to play and enjoy ESO. And how much are they going to charge for this? Or have they have not said?
I assume it's like $20 at least, because that's usually the price, I think.
So for 2 dungeons and a PvP zone, and then an update everybody gets. That, okay.
Pretty much.
I'm so glad I'm not going back to ESO. And I also hated that I wanted to move to PC. Well, technically Mac. I wanted to move to ESO Mac. I could not move my DLC over from the PS4. So I lost things moving over to the Mac because I bought them on the PS4. I was like, I'm done. But yeah. So yeah, I don't think WoW is going to go this way, especially with the sub. But I hope not. I mean, look at it. Argus is the size of this Horns of the Reach. And we're getting that for free with our sub. That's incredible. Yeah, sorry. You know what this shows, though? ESO is not getting enough subs, and they have to charge this way.
I mean, if you try to buy ESO on any website, it's like $8 now, so their game price has also decreased by so much.
They've priced themselves out of the market. I mean, occasionally you can get WoW for like $10, and then you still have to buy Legion.
Yep.
I was thankfully given by Blizzard. I was given Warlords for free because it went miss because there was a promotion, and it's one of the things that actually got me into the game. I had clicked on an email. I did not get the level 90 boost that was in it, but I did get Warlords and Mist for free. So when I saw why is her name Martini? When I saw Martini streaming WoW, I was like, I gotta try this out again. So I put down the money for the sub and started playing WoW, and now I've lost and I'm coming home. But yeah, hopefully Blizzard doesn't become this.
Okay, so I looked up the prices for the DLC that they've released. So most of them are around 2,000 crowns or plus. The largest DLC was Orsinium, which was 3,000 crowns. I think that's $30 or something.
Wow.
And I think that was the only DLC that I bought, and I thought that was worth the money, because it's probably my favorite thing that ESO did. So I can't really complain about that one, but the others are just ridiculous. It's 2 dungeons for $15 plus. It's just not worth it.
I could find not the price, but the content. I mean, the continent. Morrowind looks amazing. The zone looks amazing, and the fact that you get to go around Vardenfell, because I played Morrowind a lot. And are there Dwemer ruins in Morrowind?
I have no clue. I don't look at ESO content that much.
Yeah,
I hate it so much.
I look at some of it, but I'm so lost. Well, and even when I look at it, I don't understand the terminology, because I was starting to understand ESO terminology, and that's when I moved to WoW, and I've kind of forgotten a lot of the. But yeah, Morrowind. The zone looks amazing, and I like Morrowind. That's one of my. Actually, I will say, I won't say. I say that the mechanics of the game don't live up, but compared to Skyrim, Morrowind is my favorite game with locale, the music, and everything. Skyrim is amazing, and I own Skyrim in so many editions. I think everybody has Skyrim's. I think Oh wow, my cat's playing Skyrim right now. He's playing it on his on his cat food. It's like a little screen on his cat food dish, and it's Skyrim for cats.
Yeah, I got Skyrim on my Game Boy.
Oh, nice. I've got Skyrim on my Tamagotchi.
Thank you. I got it. Got that Skyrim on my toilet.
Oh, nice, nice.
Those high functional toilets.
You know, if you had a Switch, though, you could. Oh no! Oh no! Okay.
No one's coming out the toilet if they think they're switching Skyrim inside.
Thankfully, my wallet's been on raid lockout for Switch, and thankfully you can't find a Switch. And with how Nintendo's been doing their hardware, I don't know if I want to trust Nintendo with the hardware. So, thankfully, but again, I don't want to digress into Nintendo because I don't want to also downplay Nintendo because there's a part of me that wants the Switch. I mean, you have to admit it looks amazing, but
yeah, I plan to get it someday when it's cheaper.
I saw a video and the person says, "I want a Switch, but it's so expensive, and Nintendo can't make it." I mean, someone did it to the to one of the Italian songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's talk about building community. So, if you got inspired by my earlier discussion, and you're either trying to find a community, or say you have some friends that are playing, or you have a guild, but you want to grow your level of influence, want to grow things. I think one of the important things, and one of the things you can do with WoW, is create community. So, like, there are many communities I've seen. Like, there's the Battle Pets community. There is a artist community in WoW. It's the it is the Prismatic, the Blizzard fan art Discord community. There is, even for an add-on, there's even for a mod of LVUI, it's Shadow and Light. They have their own Discord. You have your Blizzard Watch Discord. You have your WoW General Secret Finding Discord. You have the All Things Azeroth Discord. You do have Dungeon Crawl Network. They have a community. There are multiple games, and they're a pretty cool community. I mean, and then you have Convert to Raid. This one's an interesting one. You have the Spark Spans. I don't know who the Spark Spans are. I think it's run by somebody named Frazley. And
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I haven't either. And if you're a gnome, Guardians of Gnomeregan is a new all-gnome Discord. Join at gnomediscord.frazley.com. I don't run it, but I wanted to create a URL people could go to. But yeah, I think that what you can do in WoW is you can either find a community or you can build your own community. I mean, Discord, you can create a server for free. That's the amazing thing about Discord. It does not cost you to start it up compared to like Mumble or Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. You don't even have to know coding or anything. You just open up Discord, click the little plus icon at the bottom, and it'll ask you if you want to create a server or join a server. I'd recommend everybody create a server. Just start making one, invite your friends, and it's amazing what it can lead to. So what are your thoughts, Nihar, on building a community?
Okay, so before I get to the community topic, I added up all the cost for the crowns and DLC. So it would cost you $120 to get all the DLC, including more event, and then whatever the game cost is. So you could see how expensive ESO can be if you want like all the content in it. That's pretty. Yeah, I don't know if I would go back to ESO for that.
Yeah,
$120 for DLC is just way too much.
Yeah, and then add on that you're gonna have to pay for ESO Plus if you want the crafting bag, and pretty much the crafting bag is a must. And then, I mean, that is just.
You are not prepared
for the cost of ESO. And that's why.
Oh, God.
That's why I made that rage segment, because when I was doing that, I was like, this is how ESO makes me feel. So thank you.
In peace, headphone users.
Yes. I at least try to volume normalize, so it should hopefully take it down a little bit. But yeah. Yeah, that's our rage segment bumper. Send me
Yeah,
all
okay.
send me all of your hate mail and hate tweets and stuff like that. Say like, you destroyed my earring. I'm sorry, I did not mean to destroy your earring. But yeah, 120
Okay.
horse.
So back to the community topic.
Yes.
What was I gonna say? Why don't you start on this one? I forgot what I was gonna say.
I was talking about like so I was talking about like making your own Discord server. I was talking about some of the communities out there.
Yeah. I heard that. Do you have anything else to say?
Even like create a Twitter page. You'd actually be surprised on Twitter how many people are out there. And in fact, if you want to be introduced to a huge community, tweet me and say, hey, can you send me a tweet with who you are and all that, and I'll retweet it and we'll see who is out there. But like, keep looking for people to follow. Keep looking for people on Twitter, because that's actually where I've met a lot of people on Twitter. I think I follow 4,136 people, and that's a lot. But I amazingly find a lot of people just in my feed. I mean, and you would sometimes it's a gamble what I find, but believe it or not, Twitter is actually getting pretty good at starting to know what I'm who I'm interested in, what I'm following. And I do miss some things, but I'm involved in Twitter just because it's fun being there. It's fun seeing people. It's fun seeing all these communities and all this action. So yeah, what are your thoughts on community?
Okay, so I've been part of like a lot of different communities. I think I started out and specifically in like gaming. I started with DCN, and I think that's like one of the best communities that you can be a part of.
Yes, absolutely.
But then it also had a lot of bumps. Like when we started to play World of Warcraft together, they gave like a bunch of like permission rights to new members, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that was
kind of like turned into a little situation, like not safe for work stuff, and like just like taking over like guilds too much.
Yeah.
So I don't want to like go too deep into it, but Frazley knows what I mean.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think when you're managing community, you should be fair to like everybody that's in it, and not like have like certain like perks that some people can get with like money or anything, or just like being like good at a game or something like that, because that just like separates like the community in total. And like it should be, most part of it should be like friendly to like everybody of all ages, because like I know like we started to have like a 18 plus voice channel and a chat channel in DCN, and like that was like one of the things I had to get like special permissions for to get into it. And like it kind of like separates, like some people won't know what's happening, or like they won't know what's happening in the guild because it's not discussed in like the game channels itself, and that makes people like feel like left out in a way.
Yeah,
I think it's like one of the worst things that could happen.
It makes people feel like what they're missing by not being in that channel, because like I'm not in that 18 plus not safe for work channel, because I don't want to see all that stuff. I know the people who do, but that's not what I want to see.
Well, thankfully it doesn't exist now, so that's the thing. It used to though.
And that's one, I think one of the reasons, it wasn't specifically DCM, but I think that's one of the reasons why Discord added all of their not safe for work preferences. And now if you are a server owner and you do want a not safe for work channel, you can enable that. If somebody selects a option, like I think in my profile, there's something where I can authorize, or maybe it's on the network, but like you can enable yourself to see not safe for work and then have stuff show up. So they've at least added that. But still, if you do that, make sure that your content's not just going to the not safe for work channel, but that it's going to all the channels on your server. Because that way, the ones who don't see it don't feel like your server's dead, or don't feel like your server's not caring about them.
Right. I mean, I think Convert to Raid's probably my favorite community.
Yeah.
Like they're pretty much like, there's like people of like all ages in there that I've seen so far, and like they like try to include like everybody in the conversations. They're not like, oh, you're too young for this, you can't talk here or whatever. And they like try to like involve everybody in the events. At least the ones I've been to so far, which is
Well,
very limited, sadly.
and one thing that I like about them, and I've seen it in 2 guilds so far, and it's pretty cool. They say we will not discuss politics and we will not discuss religion because those are 2 topics that are very divisive. We are here to game, and I love that. I love that when I come somewhere and I'm joining this community, I'm not going to hear. I mean, it's not that I don't want to hear the topic, but when I game, I want to game. I want to just enjoy games and geeky stuff. I come to gaming to get away from all the other stuff out there. And like when
Right, like I don't want to talk about like the problems in our world.
yeah,
While I'm trying to enjoy a game and just be like in a different world, I guess.
yeah, and
In Azeroth specifically.
if you want to talk about those on your server, what I would probably suggest is create a channel for that. Like I've seen some Discords where there's a channel specifically for that. So you can discuss it. Like even like on the macrumors.com, they have a section of their site where they say, here, you can come over here and discuss these topics, but we're not going to let you discuss it in other parts of the site. I'm like, that's pretty cool. Reddit, I think, struggles with that sometimes because I don't look at Reddit trending because you see the gamut of everything on Reddit trending. And then now they're giving me notifications on my phone. It's like, this is not a post I'm interested in.
Yeah, the Donald Trump subreddit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of controversial topics on that. And it used to be like the top post from that subreddit every time.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a while. I think they like banned it or something like that.
Yeah.
They just don't put it in the top.
But like, I think they're starting to get better at least realizing that the front page of Reddit should be more stuff. But even Reddit's not as geeky as it used to be. I pretty much open Reddit, go to the subreddits that I like, and then I leave. I don't really look at the other subreddits. At least there you can subscribe to a subreddit that you're interested in. I should probably change my settings. But yeah, community. I mean, just like create a community that's welcoming to people and encouraging of people's interests, encouraging of people, find people in any community and encourage what they do. I mean, it's amazing the artists. Just in CTR, I've been impressed at the streams people have been doing. I've been impressed at people's podcasts. CTR is like 2 official podcasts, the Summoning Stone, or 3. Yeah. Convert to Raid, Summoning Stone, and The Converted. Those are the 3 that I've heard is like the official ones. But then other people have created their own podcast underneath that. Even Pat Crane, the head of CTR, he encourages people to the podcast. He created the podcast Launchpad. I look at his quick start guide, and it's amazing the encouragement that they have. And then they have a share your stream channel. People can post their works. They can post their blogs. I mean, so they're building community and then also letting people build community.
Yeah, there's also I think it's called the Battle.net news that he does.
Yes.
Where they discuss like all the Blizzard games, which is one of my favorite ones too.
Oh, and it has a cool theme song. If you're not listening to the Convert to Raid podcast. So yeah, so that's 4. The Convert to Raid official channel, which has like do they have a main channel, a main podcast, or is it just Battle?
The main one's Convert to Raid, and then like there's a Converted podcast, which is like a different channel.
Okay.
And then they do the Battle.net news on Convert to Raid.
Okay. Because Pat Crane was saying he had to find something where the main show, Convert to Raid, was taking a lot of time. So he said he wanted to create something he could do weekly and have news, but have a good format. So that's why he did Battle.net news. And yeah, that has a catchy theme song. I love tuning into Convert to Raid or Battle.net news. I mean, I like both.
Favoritism.
Yeah. Well,
But yeah, I listen to all of them, or at least whenever they come out. I think Converted's every like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah.
And then Battle.net is weekly, if I'm not wrong. But like, I really like listening to both. Usually when I'm playing WoW, so there's some like background noise at least.
When I'm trying to find, I just saw a topic this morning. So Ro posted, and this is pretty amazing. He posted that nearly Okay, so on the 23rd, nearly 80 different podcasts covering Blizzard Entertainment games were released an episode last week. And now, just this past week, 72 Blizzard Entertainment podcasts, and he lists them all on realmmaintenance.com. That is, or realm-maintenance.com. But that's just incredible, and that's just the community. And he encourages people to podcast, and he encourages people to start podcasts, and I think that's just pretty incredible. But yeah, so yeah, definitely. I think building community is definitely not creating a class structure unless you have to. But I would strongly encourage you to think about when you're creating that. Realize not everybody can afford money. But not everyone can afford financially to support what you're doing in your community, because everybody has different things that are going on.
Yeah, like when communities do like Patreon and stuff, I'm not the biggest fan, because one of the communities that I'm part of, they like took like specific like rights away from the community that they had like before, and then they like put them into the Patreon section. So if you're not, giving them the money monthly, then like you don't have the rights. So like, for example, like you can't like use like custom emotes or like join certain like voice channels if you're not one of the Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
Which I think is like really dumb, because like the whole point of the community is to like, play together and like everybody has the same rights. But taking that away just like separates them in a way, and like also like giving them like special roles or like making them feel more welcome than like others is not a thing that I'm supporting too much.
Yeah, I support some people on Patreon because I like what they do, but I'm not a huge fan of those either. And again, I understand if you're running a Patreon and you're not getting people signing up. So sometimes they have to, but yeah, it's one of those. I'm not that fan of giving special perks.
I mean, unless you're like, if you're like hosting a site from like your own money or something like that, and you like really need help, like keeping the website up and like keeping the podcast going, I think that's fine. But then like when you're earning like so much money monthly and like the community doesn't even know like where that much is going, it kind of gets like a little like mysterious kind of in a way. Like what are these guys doing with the money, or like is this actually helping them or not? Like you never know.
Yeah.
So I think if communities are at least like more open towards where the money is going and how it's being spent like monthly or like per podcast, it can like make people more like open to like donating and stuff.
Yeah, like one thing that I paid for my own pocket for this podcast was there was some audio software I needed to get to like help with like background noise and leveling. It was Auphonic. I bought that around episode 7, but that was money that I put out of my own pocket for the show. I mean, and an interesting tool that does something interesting with transparency. I'm not trying to tangent, but I sometimes do tangent. Buffer.com has a page where they even show where all the money that comes into their site comes from, and they're a social media tool, but it's buffer.com/transparency, and like they'll say like here's the pricing breakdown. So when every cent that you pay for open.buffer.com, it's buffer open. Like it shows like the salaries of people. I mean, like, so that could almost say, you can almost say it's might be too open at that point, because it's like I don't need to know that this specific dollar of money is going to this. But yeah, at least letting people know what's going on. And again, I know there's different opinions on stuff, but yeah, just think through if you're going to monetize, think through it. And one thing I've heard on podcasts, don't set out in anything to make money. Set out doing a passion, set out doing what you love. Later on, money can follow, but even like in a lot of projects don't set out to make money, because if you do that, you're gonna be disappointed sometimes, because anything takes time and money. I do think one of the things that you can do in the community is, if people are loyal and they're giving their time or being loyal to you, that's where you can give certain perks. But still, even then, be careful to not let people feel left out who don't have time to do things. Because like Frazley, I let anybody who wants to, within reason, be a guest. I mean, there's I don't want to say like everybody could be. Everybody has the ability to be a guest, but like there are some people that you wouldn't want to be a guest. but that's one thing I've tried to do with this show, is make it open to people.
That's a lot. I gave Frazley $50 to let me on the show. No lie.
Yeah. You weren't supposed to say anything. You're supposed to not let people know about the $50. I'm going to go to the casino later on.
Sorry, it slipped.
Oh well. I'll edit it out. Actually, no, I won't. But yeah, that's the community. So either find a community in WoW or build it, but do something to stop yourself from leaving the game. In fact, I'm making a newsletter. I hope I'm not hyping up too much, because I'm trying to think about what I'm going to write, but I'm for the Awesome Gnome letter, which you can find at theawesomegnomeletter.com. It's a weekly newsletter that I do. It's free, and I try to showcase things in the community that I find, people I find. It's not a comprehensive list because there's so much going on in WoW, but I at least try to encourage people each episode. So if you don't like encouragement, you like positivity, I'm probably the wrong gnome, because I say awesome a lot, and nice and great.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I say absolutely a lot too. There was like one episode I kept saying nice. But yeah, now speaking of another community, my segues. Let's talk about the Pokemon Go Fest Fiesta. So I saw a little bit about this, but can you explain further?
Okay, so I forgot what the location was for that, but basically the problem was they got like all these providers to like set up the networks nearby, so like everybody could, get online and play the game. And they also had Wi-Fi. But when the event started, after you pay like, I think it was like $50 or something like that, whatever the price was to get in, the connection started to like just go like really bad and go havoc. And like the Wi-Fi wasn't working. And then on the side of Niantic, they also had like server problems, I think. The game would like keep crashing on you constantly. So people were just getting like really mad that like they couldn't catch anything, or like they weren't like getting any help from like the staff that was there. And then the coverage issue just continued the whole time, and I think that they ended up like refunding the tickets that people bought. And I saw like some of like the videos on it of like people being there, and like the staff was like trying to calm people down, but they were just like throwing water bottles at them and stuff like that. People were just going like crazy. So it was not the best event that you could have attended, I guess.
Yeah, well, and they gave away $100 worth of Pokecoins.
To each account.
Yeah.
There.
Which,
right.
How many people were at that event? I'm just going to make a rough estimate. 50,000. I'm just going to say 500. It's probably a lot more than that. But even at 500 people, that's $50,000. No, I'm sorry. I had to use a calculator. I am not always good at math, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh, good. I think it says that the tickets were around like 25, including fees.
Okay, so
they were not 50.
The scalpers made them a lot more because people were scalping and stuff like that, which always happens.
Yeah, it was in Chicago's Grant Park. That's where it was. And
they
there's
said
at least 20,000 people.
20,000?
Right? No. Just kidding. I was reading the thing wrong. There's 20,000 diehard fans, but there weren't 20,000 people there. Just
I think
a prank.
I'm one of the 20,000 diehard fans. Even 20,000 people would be $2 million.
Yeah, I was just joking.
Yeah. I was impressed, though. Hopefully all those people are still fans of Pokemon Go, but seeing those at least showed me, wow, this is not a dying game. And,
I mean, I'm glad they're still trying that stuff. Like,
yeah.
doing, like, events and stuff. You don't see, like, many, like, mobile games, like, trying to do, like, events like this. So it's cool on their part, but they could have handled it better.
Yeah, well, and what was I thinking? Oh yeah, the people. I almost wonder if they let too many people in, because Blizzard. I'm going to probably hear stories about how Blizzard wasn't great or that BlizzCon's packed, but Blizzard this year only added more people to BlizzCon after they were able to confirm that it was not going to make things too out of control, because the convention center was opening up a new section of the place, and Blizzard did not want to say until they were able to confirm that BlizzCon could be in that section. They held off the tickets, and that's when they sold more. But I've heard from people who've gone to BlizzCon that Blizzard at least does a pretty good job of trying to keep the number of people in BlizzCon, and they realize not everyone's going to be able to make it, not everyone's going to come all the time. So they can let a few more people in, but they don't try to go over capacity.
Mm-hmm.
Managing events has to be a tough thing. I don't envy anybody who does a public event.
Yeah, we're doing a Frazzlecast meetup soon, right?
Oh yeah,
I'm fly everybody over.
Yeah, everyone, I'm going to fly you out to the great state of Ohio, first class. Oh no. If there's 2 fans of Frazzlecast 2 times, let's just say $1,000.
That's $2K, buddy.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to the 2 fans out there. I probably shouldn't self-deprecate like that, but no, yeah, it'd be cool to meet people out there, but yeah, and that would be interesting. The Frazzlecast meetup, I instead say go to BlizzCon, or at least go to the area around BlizzCon, go to the CTR party, even if ding. Oh wow! Oh, thank you.
Just because we're on the topic of Patreon supporters and having to keep servers up.
Okay, so
it can be painful.
So, full transparency. I wasn't going to talk about it on the show because I want to respect people's time, but full transparency. Frazzlecast does have a Patreon, but there will not be rewards. I don't want to do that. So, anybody who gives to it, I will put all the money I get into a fund for like hardware, software. I will let you know what I use the funds for, and it will be saved for for different purchases. But I'm not going to do class stuff. So it was one of those. I thought a long time before even starting the Patreon for Frazzlecast, because I don't want to make money off of this venture. I want to do this to show the case community, but then when was like, okay, people are going to hear this episode and then they're going to look at our site and see the word Patreon. Yeah, it is, because looking at where the show can go, things can get expensive. So there is a Patreon, but don't worry. If you see the Patreon bot in the channel in Discord, I press the button, but I'm still not going to do like a special Patreon section. So, yeah. And you aren't going to hear at the end of every episode, "Hey, support us on Patreon." Nope. Just one place on the site. Well, 2 places. There's the word Patreon on the bottom foot of Frazzlecast, and then on the sidebar. But past that, I'm not gonna mention it. But yeah, thank you, Niar. Niar's our first Patreon.
Yeah.
Or is
it? No, Frazley's gonna fly me out just because I'm Patreon now. Special perk.
Yeah.
First class.
I will use your Patreon to fly you out.
After 2,000 years. I mean, 1,000 years.
Yeah. After that sounds good. So after 1,000 years, So anybody who is Patreon for 1,000 years gets to fly out. And what was I talking about before that? Meetups, community,
Pokemon.
Oh yeah. The Frazley meetup that I want all of you to go to, if you can. I want all of you to go to Con Before the Storm or the CTR party, because I was a Kickstarter backer and Nihar was a Kickstarter backer of a CTR, and I'm excited that there's going to be a party that is free to people to come and free for them to experience people, meet new friends, meet friends that they've met online. That brings me so much joy just thinking about the fact that we had a hand in helping fund that. So that's the stuff that I love. And the rewards on the Kickstarter, those made sense. I mean, like people donated commissions. So if you paid a little more, you got a commission and that type of stuff. But you never felt like you were ostracized, or you never felt like if you don't fund it, or if you don't do a certain level, that you're not cool enough. I mean, so I think they handled theirs pretty well, and everybody handles monetization systems differently.
Yeah, and with the CTR Kickstarter that they did for the party, like even if you gave like $1, everybody's getting like a pin for it because they reached one of their stretch goals.
Yeah.
And they're going to stream it on Twitch, so like in a way you could be a part of the party because it's going to be streamed live on Twitch. Oh, it's still going to be like super cool to just like see like everybody there in person, like meeting each other, maybe for the first time too.
Yeah, well, even for $5, their name's on the site for the $5. So it's like that's pretty cool. And they have like a coloring book. One of the ones I thought was pretty cool was for $250. You get all the previous rewards, and you get podcaster coaching with Pat Crane. I did not sign up for that one. I because I don't have $250 to do for a thing like that. But I thought that was pretty cool that Pat Crane was donating his time to help people learn how to podcast. Because consultation time is expensive. I've been listening to podcasts, and it's like, yeah, if getting a podcast consultation takes money, and you don't need consultation to get started in podcasting. So don't find an excuse to stop starting your podcast. If you want to start a podcast or a stream or YouTube, start it and let me know. I want to support you. I want to be there from day one and encourage you. So everyone listening, if every one of you started a project, we would have 10 new projects. Yay!
For the 10 listeners.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah. Let's go on to the next one. So we talked about
my favorite.
Yes, and we talked about it a little bit in episode 6. Episode 6.
Yeah, 6.
Welcome to your doom. Even though none of us played Doomfist, I'm sorry to say. I haven't even watched the video. I keep meaning to. I just keep forgetting. But yeah, so I'll let you take this away.
Okay, so Doomfist was released, I think it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. I think it was last Tuesday, actually. Whatever it was.
Thursday, the 27th, because we were recording on Thursday? The day Doomfist was released. Yeah.
Okay, so I tried him out in the arcade game modes where it's like 6v6 and everybody's Doomfist, because that was like the only way I was going to get him. So, first thoughts, definitely like a unique champion, because, he uses his fist as a weapon, and basically, so his left hand it's like a gun, basically, which can fire 4 shots, and then his right hand, it's like you like a charge up like a punch, and then when you aim it, you hit the enemy, and then they like fly back. So I thought that was really cool. I'm sad he's not a tank, because he's like a huge dude with like a huge fist, and like it's kind of like Reinhardt with like his big hammer that he carries around. So I'm sad he's not a tank, but I think it's still a pretty unique DPS.
Yeah.
From the other classes the other heroes that they have. Um, Handsome Punch. Hmm. Oh yeah, his golden weapon. So basically, when you play ranked in Overwatch, you get like competitive points after every match, and after the season ends, and you can use those points to get a golden weapon for your hero. So everybody has a golden weapon. The funny thing I found was that Doomfist, his weapon, his little big hand thing, whatever you want to call it, it's already golden, or like it's pretty close to gold, and like they still built like a gold weapon for him, and it's just like a shinier like fist that he can have, but it still costs the same amount as like every other weapon does. So I thought it was pretty funny that they still did that and like went with the idea, even though his fist is already gold. So I just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah. I'm trying to find his weapon right now. Zarya, Zenyatta, Mercy, May, Gold, Bastion Sentry, Gold Diva, Gold Genji,
You'll get it.
Genji, Gold. Maybe, are these in order?
No, they don't seem to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I can just send it to you on Discord.
Because Reaper Reinhardt.
Or sent it.
Okay, yeah.
That's basically his golden weapon.
And is it an appearance or do you get stats for it?
It's just appearance. There's no bonus stats or anything with that.
Okay, and these points,
It's just shiny.
you accrue it over the ranked, and then you only get so many points so you have to choose which hero you like better.
Yeah, but like you can keep earning points the more ranked you play, and the higher you place in the season, the more points that they'll give you. Essentially, it's like I think the top 500 get enough points to buy a whole new weapon, and then after that, it gets reduced per rank. So it's like bronze, silver, gold, plat, diamond, and I think it's just like top 500 or something like that.
And do the points go away every season?
No, they don't. You keep them.
Oh, that's cool.
You can keep earning points over like 20 seasons if you want.
And are they a different? Okay, so and they're different weapon rewards each season.
They're different what?
Weapon rewards,
or you can get it for whichever hero you want any season.
Okay, so the gold weapons are not season specific; they're just weapons.
No, they're not. They're in the base game, and you can get them whenever you want for whatever hero you want.
And then there are other weapons or other rewards per season you can get, but you have to use your competitive points for those.
No, the weapons are the only rewards you can get from the points.
Oh, okay. You earn other rewards, but the points. Oh, now I'm seeing it because
they're different. So you can get, I think the top 500 get like a special icon, like a little player icon, which is animated. And then if you participate at all in the ranked season, then you get an icon. And then there's also a little border around like your name and like your title, whatever hero you're playing, which resembles the rank that you got. And then you get competitive points.
Oh, cool!
So it's nothing like too special.
But it's rewarding you for the time you put into that.
Yeah, it still rewards you. Like for like say right now it's like season 5, I think, if I'm not wrong. So like if I get like gold, then like in season 6, like around my name, I'm gonna have like a gold border when I'm in game, so people know that I was gold. So basically like that, and like whatever your current rank is, it shows up under your name with like a little like medal.
Nice.
So and even if you're like bronze, you still get one.
And that stuff I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's cool when you do get rewards for the time that you put in and your skill. I'm fine with skill rewards because no one's paying for any of this. I mean, if you're paying to get these, yeah, no, don't do that because that's not a
elo boosting.
Yeah, and don't do that. Do not do that. But yeah,
I think it's pretty friendly community. Like when I was playing on console, the first time that I played, what was it? Yeah, I think I got like bronze or silver. I think I got like low silver on the first competitive season that I played on my console. So I wasn't like, oh my god, I got silver, I'm so trash or anything. Like nobody was like calling you out or anything for that. It was just like it was all fair game for everybody. Like you could get like golds or plats in your game, and no one's gonna be like, oh, you're like silver trash or whatever that they do in League at least.
Yeah, because I think hasn't Blizzard even banned people for being toxic?
Yeah, they do give a lot of bans, even for like AFK and stuff.
Okay, cool.
They give a lot of bans out to keep it more friendly. And I think Overwatch is a lot more friendlier than other FPS games I played, like Counter-Strike or whatever.
Yeah,
That's why. You know what?
I haven't played a lot of Overwatch because FPS is not as much my cup of tea or cup of coffee. Because I don't drink much tea. But I haven't played a lot of Overwatch, but what I have played, yeah, it doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, we need to play together because you have it on PS4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could play together because I also have it on PS4. It would be cool. Just play like a different game for a while.
Absolutely. Just know I'm not good, so you'll have to carry me.
Well, doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll just get mad at you over voice chat.
That sounds good. That's cool. So yeah, so if you want to play Overwatch, get started, and let's see, is Overwatch on sale right now? I picked up Overwatch on Mac when it was on sale back at the Game of the Year, only because one of the directors said that they're not ruling out Overwatch for Mac. I was like, okay, and it was a good enough sale. I was like, I can buy Overwatch. You know, Overwatch Game of the Year is currently $59.
I mean, if they release it on Mac, I think it'd be pretty cool. Because, like, it's definitely... There's still, like, a large population that play on Mac.
Yeah.
So just, like, it makes them feel more included, even though Mac is not the best thing to have for gaming. If, like, other Blizzard games are there, then they should include it with it, in my opinion.
Yeah. And, like, we're not getting Destiny 2, at least not yet. But Destiny 2 is also not a Blizzard game. I mean, it's in the Blizzard launcher. It's using the Blizzard Battle.net, which I think that's pretty cool. I think it's cool that Blizzard has vetted Destiny 2 and said that the developers in the game are pretty cool enough that they'll bring them onto it. But I'm not calling for Activision to add Battle.net or Destiny 2 to Mac.
I mean, as long as they don't add like a bunch of games to the Battle.net launcher, I think it'll be cool.
Oh,
well, it's
look.
called the Blizzard launcher now, technically, but no one calls it that.
No, on Mac it still says Battle.net. Well, no, the icon says Battle.net. The icon's Blizzard, and inside
it says Battle.net for me.
Because the app says Battle.net.
Yeah.
It says Blizzard app in the top left, but then you open up and even like the thing said like Blizzard app settings. So I think they just haven't changed the app icon, and I'm expecting, because Blizzard app updates every day. It feels like I open up Blizzard and like, hold on, before you can get into WoW, we need to update Blizzard.app. I'm like, or Blizzard app. I'm like, okay. Twitch is the same thing. And speaking of Twitch and Overwatch, just make sure to get your Overwatch Golden Loot Box included with Twitch Prime. That expires. Doesn't say any expiration yet. Let me. I just want to.
It's like monthly or something.
Oh, it's monthly?
I don't know if it is. Maybe not. I know. I just got mine like a few days ago. Just took the trial for it, and I got one, which guarantees you a legendary skin. So that's pretty cool.
Huh? It is showing October. Maybe they are giving you loot boxes every month. Let me log in.
Well, it says in August they're going to give you 5 loot boxes, like standard ones, and then in October they also give you 5. In August and October.
That's pretty cool.
And then they're saying they might. Oh, they're going to do Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm soon.
Nice. Okay.
They're going to do Hearthstone packs and Heroes of the Storm chest or whatever they're called, which I hate. Just gonna put that out there.
Ooh, I just got a new golden loot box, I think. Let me just try it in my Battle.net, because I already redeemed it, but now it gave me another code. Let's see. Maybe not. Blizzard app launch.
I wish it would give me more. I know it gave me one on PC and PS4, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because like I have it over both systems, so it felt like a good perk. Because I was like, I got it on PC, but I can't get it on PS4 now. Because that's usually what I play on at night times.
Yeah, for me, I'm either dancing, watching Netflix, working on the podcast, school, or playing WoW. I can't wait till we can game together, but our schedules don't ever mix. Okay, no, I already claimed this code, so yeah, Twitch doesn't know that I claimed the code.
Yeah, it showed me a new code, or another code also, but I already used that one.
But yeah,
I wish it would give me another one.
So tomorrow's August 1st, so go back, or sometime in August. Going to twitch.amazon.com/prime/loot/overwatch. That's a long URL. No, actually, no, that's not too long. But
just look up Overwatch, Amazon Overwatch Prime, whatever.
And yeah,
like
the page says August you're going to get 5 loot boxes. That I wasn't aware of. October you get 5 loot boxes, and then more free loot for the Hearthstone Heroes of the Storm coming soon for Twitch Prime. And right now you can get Warframe. You can get okay, this sounds like an ad. Free in-game loot every month plus exclusive surprises, ad-free viewing plus a free channel subscription every 30 days, member discount on pre-release box games on Amazon, watch thousands of movies and TV shows, ad-free access to over 1 million songs, limited free 2-day shipping. And no, we are not a Amazon Prime. Well, I do have an Amazon affiliate account, but I'm not putting an Amazon affiliate link here. So, oh, cool. Twitch is now showing me my new Twitter avatar. I like that avatar. I was trying out different looks for Frazley, and I was trying to see if I liked the summer look. But no, I like the blue hair Frazley. I did make the hair a little bit more flyaway, because you even see in this one, because that's kind of my personality. It fits my name of Frazzle, because I can get frazzled, I can get nervous. But yeah, I like that new avatar. Sorry.
You got to give the shout out to the person that made it.
If you want amazing commissions, or amazing, if you want to commission a great some great artwork, Boz Potatoes, BOZPOTATOZ. So basically, BOZ potato and then add a Z on Twitter. He does amazing artwork. I was blown away when he sent this over. If you look at twitter.com/Frazleytastic, you can see my new avatar. I am blown away. The last avatar that I had, and I like this one, because the last one I had was by AEV. I'm trying to find her profile just so I can say here. At AEVEALA. I liked her avatar, because that was my summer look. I was just trying different things, just trying out new looks for my gnome, and I thought she did a great job. And definitely go over and look at her art. She does commissions at different times, but I think for now I'm going to stick with the one Boz said, and then I'm going to stick with the avatar, or not the avatar, the banner by Vicinity 3. He made the Frazley Sparkspan banner that I have, and both of those it finally feels right for Frazley. I mean, I tried a little bit where a picture of myself with blue hair, which I'm keeping as an alternative avatar, but I like that one the best. We just went into a tangent on commissions and stuff like that, but there are some amazing artists. I've been impressed with the different artists and the different cosplay. The World of Warcraft community is some of the most diverse and amazing artists that I've seen. I mean, and they're looking for another person. They're looking for you to join the community. I just got close to the mic. But yeah, no. If you have an interest in art, just start drawing art. Start trying to find your voice. Try to find out who you are as an artist, what you love to do as an artist, and just do it. Everybody starts somewhere. But I love it when people are giving into their passions and just trying different things like art, YouTube. I don't think I'm a Twitch streamer. I may try it in the future. I'm not saying I'm not going to try it, but for me, I enjoy doing things like the podcast versus like when I'm playing a game. Yeah, even people in voice chat can like. I'm not as talkative on voice chat when I'm playing a game. This is why I'm not playing World of Warcraft right now, because I'm focusing on the podcast. So yeah. Sorry, got into a tangent on avatars. So anything else that you want to bring up, Zealot?
I don't think so. I think I'm done with all the topics.
Then I think my drink has run out because I'm trying to think of any other topics, and I think we've covered a lot today. We're at 2 hours and 40, or no 40, 2 hours and 4 minutes, and that's probably gonna be cut down a little bit.
Okay, that seems good. My drink has also run out.
Nice.
In real life too.
And the barkeep over there is saying that it's time for us to pay our tab. So thank you all for
mine.
Okay, sounds good. I'll pay your tab. But as long as you weren't drinking, or no, yeah, you were drinking, right?
Yeah, just a bit.
Okay. But yeah, I've been. This has been Frazley. You can find me at Frazley-tastic. You can find Zealot on Twitter at ZEALOTT, and Zealot's the person who's been on because he's Zealot, Nihar, Snacky, Pandar,
and Panda,
and Panda, yeah.
So many names.
Yeah, I have trouble sometimes remembering if I'm Frazley or my real life name. It is hard to keep it all in balance.
Yep.
I also want to mention just Silverbolt's events convert to shenanigans. She is at Worgen BM Hunter. Sundays she does the different things like we did. Worked on the Blood Sale. Fridays we're doing PvP. Some Fridays we do transmog, but because her raid's now doing off-net raids on Mondays, she moves the PvP from Monday to Friday. So it's Sunday is PvE, Friday's PvP. It's always a fun time, and you words. And yeah, it's open to anybody. So you don't have to be part of Convert to Raid, though we want you to be because it's a great guild. I can vouch for Convert to Raid. Just got a yeah. I want you to join a community, and I do. I want you to join a community. Find friends. I'll be your friend. I can be your friend. That's VeggieTales. That's my childhood. Some people probably won't know what VeggieTales is. Some people probably hate VeggieTales. I love VeggieTales, but that's just me. And you can find Zealot on BNet. Do you want to give out your BNet tag? You put in the notes.
Yeah, it's Zealot 12390. That's like the little number after that.
Yeah, and it's a meet up with them, give them a hard time, razz them, play Overwatch with them, play Destiny 2, and stuff like that. I
can't run Destiny 2 on my computer.
Well, play Destiny.
Unfortunately.
Play Destiny 2 and rub it in that you can play Destiny 2 and Zealot can't.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, this has been Frazlecast. You can find us at frazzlecast.com. Our Twitter is at Frazlecast. Leave us voicemail. leave us email. We want to hear from you. You can leave voicemail as long as 10 minutes. I talked longer than our outro. Nice. Well, this has been Frazzlecast. We will see you later.
See ya.
Frazzlecast is a fan podcast that covers Blizzard games. We are not affiliated with Blizzard Entertainment. Views expressed by the host and guests are their own. Some of the art, music, and sound effects come from Blizzard games and are owned by Blizzard Entertainment, Inc. No copyright infringement is intended.